I got the chance to do a screen test. I went in, did the test, and the pilot sold. The records weren't even brought up. But hold on. I'm a singer. I can actually sing. It felt ridiculous to lip-sync to someone else's voice. No one predicted that the Partridge family would explode into a cultural storm. Yet behind the bright colors and sunshine smiles, tension quietly gathered. Everything felt normal at first. Then it all went crazy once I got the Partridge family. That's when everything started spinning out of control. Viewers were glued to their televisions, enchanted by catchy hooks and cheerful harmonies. I'd walk outside and there would be some 14-year-old kid sitting on my lawn who'd just taken a bus from Iowa. But the people on screen lived a completely different story off camera. We need your advice. Sure. What do you need? Career counseling. The series became a pop sensation, shaping how an entire generation imagined family life, music, and fame. We'd been traveling in circles so long, just trying to say hello. Every rerun conceals what the cameras never showed. Heartbreak, ambition, and cold corporate calculation hidden behind polished scripts. I didn't choose the songs. The songs were chosen for a television show. While audiences sang along, the real narrative unfolded in silence, carefully controlled and tightly managed. I went to use the bathroom and asked, "Is it okay if I use the restroom?" He said, "Wait, just wait a minute." Fame for this television family was as carefully constructed as their rainbow-painted bus and as arranged as their harmonies. There might be one song, one performance, but the whole show won't revolve around it. Each performer was selected as much for market appeal as for talent. Personal histories were reshaped by contracts and image consultants. They assume it all goes straight into my pocket, like I owe them something. Behind the smiles were betrayals, relentless commercial demands, and emotional costs that would surface years later. Even devoted fans missed the warning signs, distracted by carefully staged scenes of unity. Every teenager in America thought they could live that life. Today, the truth comes into focus. The struggle, the manipulation, and the personal cost of becoming America's favorite fictional family. Once you see it clearly, the Partridge family never looks the same. The journey didn't begin with a creative dream. It began with a business strategy. They were thinking strictly in terms of show business. Where will we perform? Let's rehearse every day. Let's plan it. Television executives noticed real family bands making money and wanted their own packaged sensation. At first, they considered hiring the actual Cowsills, a chart-topping family group. That idea was abandoned. Instead, the network searched for actors they could mold, direct, and brand at will. Auditions resembled beauty contests. Image often outweighed musicianship. Looking back, I think about how it worked out for me after he'd just done that. But you let it go, don't you? David Cassidy was a genuine musician, yet he quickly realized his skills would be sidelined. Studio professionals recorded many of the vocals while he stood aside. The instruments on screen were props, held by actors who didn't play them. Behind each hit song were seasoned session musicians shaping the sound while the cast mimed for cameras. The psychedelic bus and bright costumes were marketing decisions, not artistic ones. We're going to do stories about teenage sweethearts at school. Every wardrobe choice and storyline was tested and sanitized. The network wasn't building a family. It was constructing a brand. Corporate priorities dictated nearly every creative decision. He said, "The world of show business has suffered a devastating blow." Cassidy wanted to infuse the music with his own voice and style but was excluded from creative decisions. Shirley Jones, with her long musical resume, was limited to her assigned role. Susan Day practiced keyboard tirelessly, hoping to contribute musically, only to be told she wouldn't play on recordings. The rest of the cast learned to simulate musicianship convincingly while professionals created the actual sound. Songs were crafted to appeal directly to teenage girls. We'll have stories about Shirley dating someone local. Studio engineers refined every harmony. The Partridge family became a template for television-manufactured musical acts. Commerce over creativity. That was hard. I just had to tell him the truth. Audiences embraced the illusion, believing in a musical family that never truly existed. The operation was corporate machinery dressed as wholesome entertainment. First, it worked. Ratings soared. Records sold. A devoted following formed. I know everything about you. Your favorite color is green. Your favorite restaurant. Your favorite movie. He kept talking and never let me respond. Few viewers realized the cast wasn't playing those instruments or singing every note. Merchandise filled stores even before the first episode aired. Proof that profit was the priority. There was a lot of merchandising tied to the show. The bus, the outfits, the coordinated dance routines, all designed to move products rather than express authenticity. The show and the product were highly marketable. By the time the truth surfaced, contracts locked the cast in place. The illusion blurred reality even for the actors. No, I'm not married. I don't have an apartment. I don't even have a home. It was unsettling. This wasn't merely a sitcom. It was a blueprint for entertainment as business first, art second. For David Cassidy, fame struck like lightning with no escape. Overnight, he became the face on lunchboxes and magazine covers, chased by screaming crowds. The network controlled everything: haircuts, interviews, clothing, public statements. He became less a person and more a trademark. At his peak, he received more fan mail than Elvis Presley or the Beatles. But admiration became suffocating. Fans broke into his home, grabbed at his clothes, fainted at concerts. He felt trapped inside a sugary cage. It's distressing when you turn around and there are 85 people hanging on you. He was imprisoned by an image he hadn't chosen. Smiling outwardly, isolated inwardly. Chaos erupted at live shows. At London's White City Stadium, hysteria overtook music, and tragedy struck when a young fan died in the crowd. Cassidy was shaken deeply. He soon announced he would stop touring, unable to reconcile music with the frenzy. The studio offered little support. No counseling, no pause, no space to process trauma. The brand had to continue. He spent years trying to escape the teen idol label. Executives still saw only Keith Partridge. I live the way I choose. I'm not a criminal. Financial trouble and addiction struggles followed. Despite millions in sales, cast members earned modest pay. Contracts favored studios and labels. Royalties were limited. The musicians who created the sound often went unrecognized. Burnout became inevitable. Cassidy wanted artistic credibility but was repeatedly steered back into the mold he had outgrown. Though one of the world's biggest stars, he lacked both financial security and emotional stability. The persona that brought fame became a lifelong shadow. The world saw a smiling icon. Behind the scenes, he was fighting to reclaim himself. And I never went to college. Off camera, the cast